Moorhead. I used to have a division officer in the Navy. His last name was Moorhead. I never knew his first name. That's how the Navy is. You got last names on all,
Yep, yep.
everybody knows last names.
I just made chief, so I wasn't a division officer.
All right. You just made chief in the Navy?
Yeah. I was a reactor
Wow,
operator in
cool.
submarines.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was on the Enterprise. Um, my daughter she's a lawyer, and I used to always tell her, why don't you go in as a JAG officer? But I didn't know really what to tell her because I don't know what officers do. All I could say is they bring the food to you. They eat family style.
Mm.
That's all I can say. The
Well,
Enterprise had some lines, food lines, you would die, man. I mean, I think I went 2 years on hamburgers. That's it. I never waited in that line. It was just too long, man. It just went up multiple levels for
mm.
a spaghetti dinner. It's like, I can't do it. I can't wait in a line that long. That's crazy.
Well,
So for
welcome
2 years, I
everybody.
didn't eat.
And thank you for your service. We're having a little conversation about Ed's background in the Navy and Lee, and I'm sure others here. So thank you for anybody that has served our country. I'm really grateful for that. And so I'm Francine, and we're going to start the call. I'll just give a quick introduction to myself for those of you that don't know me. And then Ed Barsano, who's the founder of the system we're going to talk about today that I came across in April 2024. And then we'll just dive right in where Ed will share his a live demo and kind of what we're seeing in the markets right now and how Go Baby
Yeah,
Trade
I'm
handles it
loving
and
it.
all the good stuff. Yeah. I know you're always just loving it. So, for
Hey, man, if I could buy Microsoft at 30 cents a share, I'd be loving it. I
yeah,
mean, I don't get it.
exactly. I know prices are just so
This is a
depressed.
gift. What a
Yep.
gift for
Yep.
prices to go down here and be able to
Yeah.
let us buy at ridiculously low prices.
You know,
I mean, I wish Nvidia would come down and Tesla, bring them all down to 3 cents. Let's
right?
load up, let's all
Yeah.
get rich.
Yep. So, all right. Well, here we go. I got a couple people that just joined. So we're just getting started, gang. I'm Francine Lou Miller, for those of you that don't know me, and I actually spent over 20 years in the traditional financial markets, trading stocks for global hedge funds and mutual funds. I did some options trading for myself after that. And then about 5 years ago, jumped into the crypto markets, and I was looking for an automated solution. I'm a market technician. I don't want to stare at charts and trade anymore. It's way too emotional and risky. I wasn't feeling it, but I know there's a lot of money to be made. And so I was looking for bots in the crypto world. And I tested quite a few of those. They'd run out of money. They still required micromanagement. There's no built-in money management. And sometimes they would just shut down because of an error code. And I think I'm trading for a couple days. I go in there and I missed the missed the moves. And no, I actually hadn't been trading. So it was really frustrating. Plus, you need to split profits with the creator of those bots. And it just wasn't for me. And then I was introduced to Ed Barsano in April of 2024, tested out his system, just fell in love with it. So smooth, millions of lines of code, all cloud based, and two AIs that have all of my 27 technical indicators programmed into it, which we'll talk about that in a little bit too. So Ed always laughs because he knows I love that part, even though the AI is just the bell and the whistle. I mean, the real magic is in the actual
I know, to me, it's the
trader
bell and the
itself.
whistle. I don't know why everybody makes a big deal out of it.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so we do have Mr. Ed Barsano on the call today, and he is the founder of this system and programmer. Him and his son actually programmed this auto trader with a small team, which is a miracle because you guys have thousands of clients, and it's so smooth running that yeah, you don't require a big
But I give Steven a
team.
lot of credit for all the work he's done on the trader in the last 10 years, but
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been doing it 25 years. So I gotta
Yep.
steal the first 15 years. I laid the foundation,
You
Steven helps a
did.
lot though. But he's a master programmer.
You did. You
He's
did.
very good.
And so, just for those of you that didn't catch when we early on, Ed actually got his start as a programmer in the Navy, and he was in the Navy for about 8 years. Go Navy. And then he worked with the federal government in nuclear engineering, which was really remarkable stuff. He became head developer. And I think those guys cranked out over 100 programs in 2 years, working 20-hour days. So it's not shy to long hours. And after that, he was at Microsoft. In fact, he's one of the first 350 programmers there. 8.5 years at Microsoft. Started out as a software engineer and then went into
Just kept
development
going higher and
manager.
higher and higher.
Yeah, operations manager with over 300 people under him, managers below him, responsibilities went through the roof, and he was just getting like piles of stock options, and he was like, "Why am I still working?" So Ed was blessed to be able to retire at the ripe old age of 39 in 1995, and like everybody, he was invested in stocks and. The tech bubble was occurring at that point, and he got caught up in the dot-com crash of 2000, lost 60% of his net worth, and he said, "That's it. I'm automating the markets." He was bored as hell
I was
anyway, being
reborn.
retired. He was
I
reborn.
was reborn in 2000. I said, "You picked on the wrong person, baby." I was
Yeah,
bored to death for five
yeah,
years of retirement. Man, I was bored. And when that market crashed, I was reborn. I said, "You picked on the wrong guy, baby. I'm going to hurt you
yeah.
for that."
And Ed, you've been doing AI since 1989 anyway, so that's why to you, you're like, AI has been around a long time. It's just a bell and a whistle, but you have a really thorough understanding of it. So we're going to touch on all of that today. And I'm just grateful that you could join us today and that you're so passionate about these auto traders, because I know when you first started, you were giving them away for free for years, and learning yourself about, you
Tried
know,
to.
the markets, and yeah, so it's just pretty incredible. So let's just start
Okay.
today. And why
You
don't
want
you,
me to jump in?
yeah, just jump in and with what you're seeing, I guess, in the markets and how
Sure.
you're
What the market's
how
doing and all. I can talk
yeah.
about all that. I have opinions about everything. Um, Well, well, first off, I was giving thousands of them away for free for years. When I first turned on the Auto Trader, it was like, I'm going to punish the market for what they did to us in 2000. I felt like that was just blatant robbery, what they did. And I said, no, I'm going to hurt you for that. I'm going to give everybody Auto Traders. So I gave everybody Auto Traders until 2006. And then TD Ameritrade called and said, will you connect it to us so our clients can use it? And and then I got 5,000 people like in a week, and then that's where the free had to go away, because then I had to hire a lot of support people. I had 40 support people. Plus, it was downloadable software onto your computer, the original version, and the program was just getting too big for that.
Yeah.
You couldn't check your email. People were complaining, I can't check my email when that program is running. It's just eating up all the resources. And so I sold that company around 2017 or 18, and I rewrote the software to be web-based. So all the auto traders are running on my servers, and I've got millions of dollars of infrastructure, for on the back end. So you guys make it's real easy for you now, man. You just sign up and your auto trader just starts running on my servers. And I've got racks and racks of servers at what they call a co-location center.
Mm,
So you never have to worry about, is my auto trader running? And you don't have to worry about computing resources. It's web-based. Just go to a browser and log into your trader. You're not really seeing the actual trader. You're seeing a website that's showing you what your trader is doing. Dan, you're taking a lot of notes. Are you a developer, or am I helping you? Because I can give you better tips. Later on, I can tell you
he's
some real
he's
secrets.
he's a stalwart in my community
Francine can,
and good friend. Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
Francine can give you my history. I'm just trying to keep up with
You're
you.
probably playing a game over there, Tetris
I
or
wish.
something during the webinar.
He's trying to keep up. He's a good note taker.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyways, yeah, when I went web-based, it's really better because all the auto traders run on what they call an intranet. Everything's internal. And so the auto trader, your actual auto trader, is only one program stuck in the market looking for money, just chasing money. Don't let that market breathe without giving you money, even 3% up or down, it's buying and selling. And so the market can't move without your trader doing something.
Hmm.
And, so there's no more free ride for the big boys. They play these games with the prices, and we're like, hey, you want to go down? I'll go down with you. You want to go lower? I'll buy more at a lower price. But now what are you going to do, market? You can't go up. You can't wiggle even 3% up without me taking money. So I
Yeah.
kind of got them trapped there.
Talk
And
about it. Talk about real quick, Ed, that because we do have like data automation and AI aficionados on here too. That talk about
that's
the last
cool.
time. Yeah, you gave a good like summary. I didn't even realize like how much data
Did I
each
give a good
trader.
summary at one time? I never
Yeah,
know what I'm going
well,
to say. I have no notes,
I know. Well, you were talking about how much data each trader like single like processes and the historical
Well,
data,
there's
how that comes together for decision making. I thought it was
Well,
fascinating.
what happens is the auto trader is the star of the dish without the AI. The AI is a separate program, separately from the auto trader, and it's running. And that's what I was going to say is the auto trader only has to stalk the market to find money. Whereas all the other programs, external programs, are feeding the auto trader data. So the trader itself doesn't have a lot of work to do. It's just got to stalk the market and try to make you money and do money management and risk management. That's built into the trader. But but when you have all these other programs, running on the intranet, it's running like lightning, man. I mean, it's just so fast. Everything is so fast internally. Terabit connections. And it's just flying. You can't, there's no graphical interface for it. So there's nothing, all the stuff that could slow it down isn't there. And, all of our switches have terabit connections between them, and it's just I've put a fortune into the intranet, and I've always looked for competitors. I have no competitors. All through the years, I used to look for competitors, and there were never any. There never were any. And I'm like, do they realize how big I'm getting internally here? They don't even, the world doesn't know that this is serious. This
Mhm.
thing is a money machine. And nobody can stop me. I'm not violating any laws, even though I could do a lot of stuff to mess with the market. I could do the same stuff that they're doing to us. I see all the corruption out there. I see the fake orders and all the stuff going on behind the scenes. And but the auto trader also sees it and counters it and sees so it knows whether a price is real or not, whether you're really going to get filled at that best bid price or that best ask price.
That's the
And
level two data, right?
Right. The 99% of the time, you're not going to get filled at those prices because there's not enough shares offered up at those prices. You're
Mhm.
trying to buy 10,000 shares and they're saying, I'll sell you 50 shares at this price. Well, I'm trying to buy 10,000 shares. That means I'm not going to get filled at that. I'll get those 50 shares, but then that means the price is going to uptick to the next one that's offering more shares at even a higher price. How many of those do I have to go up before I can actually get filled? That stuff is built into the software. It adds it all up. And then while it's trying to add it all up, remember some of those shares, some of those offers are just disappearing because there's other traders out there, millions of other people. So a lot of those are disappearing and the software is always recalibrating, recalculating. It's just, it's crazy. But luckily that's not handled with inside the auto trader. That's a separate program I wrote that's in the data feed. I mean, I could tell you a lot of stuff if you're a developer. I mean, I could shave a lot of years off your effort, man. This is 25 years of a lifetime of development, and
Wow,
I've
like
seen all
25 years.
kinds of dirty tricks that
Yeah.
the market's doing. The public doesn't have a prayer. That's what it tells me. They don't have a prayer. They're sitting there looking at charts and stuff. Goodbye, you're dead. Because they don't even, by the time you look at a graph and everything and see where things are at, the entire environment's changed.
Mhm.
And that's what the AI is looking at. So even after the auto trader finally says, I want to buy this coin now, then it's going to call the AI, which is a separate program, and say, what do you think? Do you think it's going to go lower or should I buy it right now? The AI can come back and say, hey, I'm 98% sure it's going to go lower in the next 30 minutes based on, AI. I don't know if you know what AI is. It takes a snapshot of the 27 indicators out there And that's the ecosystem, the environment. It's a snapshot of what the market looks like right now. And the AI can say, I've seen that 10,000 times. And every time that happens, or 98% of the time that happens, the coin goes lower. So the AI can, it's just pattern recognition. And so it can come back and say, hold on, don't buy it yet. It's going to go lower. And the software will even tell you right on the screen, AI is holding up that trade.
That's
And so
powerful.
it lets it go lower, and it keeps calling the AI until the AI can't say it's going to go lower. It might come back and say, I'm only 80% sure. Then the software says, well, I don't care about that. I'm going to go ahead and buy it now, since
Mhm.
you're not at least 95% sure. And I remember the AI when I first started developing it. I mean, I was programming AI in '89 at Microsoft, so I know AI inside and out. But I remember when the AI, the way I wrote it, I remember when it was giving me 30% accuracies, and that was considered good. It was the best it could do, and now it's up into the 90s all the time. It's very accurate because over the years, every auto trader writes to a file, a snapshot of what it's seeing every minute. That's crazy, right? Every minute it's writing to files. It's not even
Yeah.
writing to the database. It's just writing to to files. And the AI trains on that data. And it gets smarter and smarter and smarter. And that's what it's all about. So, if somebody else, you see these other websites that popped up in the last year or two, saying, oh, look at me, I have an AI trader. I never brag about the AI. The AI is a nice bell and a whistle. The auto trader would work fine without it. It's just a little add-on. And, but they act like, oh, look at us, we have an AI trader. I don't believe they do, for one. And even if they did, their AI's only been running for a couple of years. It doesn't know what it doesn't know. It hasn't seen the patterns from the last 25 years. It can't tell you what happened in 2020 or 2018 or 2006. It doesn't know. So it doesn't know what it doesn't know. AI is a learning system. So it has to train on data that it actually knows, that it learns from. AI can't tell you one and one is two. It's got to learn that. So it's like a 25-year-old running in a foot race against a 2-year-old. They don't even have a prayer.
I
If
love
we're going to
that.
compete,
That's
they
funny.
don't even exist. In my opinion, they don't even exist.
Mhm. Well, let's take
Yeah,
a
we're
look
going
at
to have a
your
good
trader.
Q&A.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump. Do you mind if I share? I
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
everybody to understand the concept of the trader because let me tell you this. You can automate anything, but if you're going to automate a losing strategy, then all you got is an auto trader automatically losing. Think of it that way. So to create an auto trader, first you have to be able to conquer the market, you have to be able to win, and then you have to automate it. So
Yeah.
let's look at let's this bucket in a well. I like to, this is important here, and this is commerce.
Mhm.
This is how commerce has worked for 5,000 years. I don't know if we want to go back 50,000 years to the Neanderthal period or 500,000 years, they might have had commerce then too. You buy something at one price, or you trade something, you found a rock or whatever, and you're going to trade it for something else. That's commerce. You buy something at one price and you sell it at a higher price. You sell it, to something that benefits you. That is commerce. I didn't invent commerce, okay? It just works. We know it works. Every grocery store out there, every furniture store, everywhere. Your car, you go to buy a car, you know darn well they're selling you that car at a lot higher than what they paid for it. That is what commerce is. That's what the auto trader is. That's what the market is. So let's look at a bucket and a well, for example. If it's a bucket and there's water down here, the bucket has to go all the way to the bottom to get the water. We all know that. It can't go halfway down and then go turn around and go back up. It'll have an empty bucket. It's got to go all the way down and get the water and go all the way up and dump it out. But in the crypto market, this look at it as prices. The price it only has to go down a little, buy, go up a little, sell. Down, buy, 3% down, 3% up, sell. buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And if it goes lower, hold on to that one. Don't worry, because you're going to get a day where it goes up 20% in one day and you're going to sell that one too. Don't even worry if it goes lower. Hold that loser. Hold those losers. Because what we don't care about how far down it goes. What we care about is just keep pumping money. And that money all goes into a save bucket, so it's not used by the auto trader. You release it when you want. And it's so you're saving all these profits and you just keep pumping money no matter where it's at. And if it goes all the way, you get a 50% update, which we get all the time, it'll sell a whole bunch of inventory off. So, a well-seasoned auto trader, what I always say is a well-seasoned auto trader has been running a long time and has tons of inventory. You want a lot of inventory. Picture a 7-Eleven. Some of you have heard me talk already, so you've heard my example before. If you only have one bag of potato chips on your shelf and a school bus full of kids pulls in, you're only going to sell one bag of potato chips. That's all you got to sell. So it's like a coin jumping 50% and all you got is one lot and it goes up. So good, you made 50%. I'm happy for you. However, if you got 50 bags of potato chips on that shelf and a school bus pulls in, now you're going to sell a lot of inventory off and benefit from it, from that school bus pulling in. And it's the same way with inventory here. You'll want to have a lot of inventory. Down is good. I say a well-seasoned auto trader has tons of inventory. And down is good. The lower they go, I mean, it lets you buy at ridiculous. Right now, the prices are insultingly low. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And anytime you think you're losing money, and this is important here because I hear it every single day of my life. I got so many thousands of users. I hear it every day. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. Quit looking at your account value, will you? If you think you're down, think of BlackRock. They got to be jumping out of windows over there. They got $80 billion worth of crypto. I mean, seriously, they got $80 billion worth of crypto, man. When the market's down, they are down billions of dollars.
Yeah, they're not
And
going to let
however,
that fail, right?
they're not going to let this thing fail. No way. They are loading up like crazy, and they're the ones setting the prices, not us. You
Yeah.
couldn't make a price move if your life depended on it. How about 2 days ago? Was it 2 or 3 days ago? Every coin, and I'm talking every coin, was down 7%, 7%, 7%, 7%, 7%. I saw some 8%ers in there too. 7%, every coin. Tell me that's not institutional planning movement.
Mhm.
Every single coin was down 7%, and some were down 8. That's BlackRock or Fidelity and Vanguard. Those guys are sitting on a fortune. They're trying to corner the market, is what they're doing.
Well, and
They're
scare
trying to
everybody
do what
out, right? They're trying to scare out the little guy, and
well,
we're
they got us.
not.
They got everybody, and it's working because a lot of people want to sell all their stuff because they got friends and family telling them, "Get out, you're gonna lose everything," and they're bailing out at the bottom. They're doing what every crash. It happens in every crash. In every single crash, it happened in 2000. It happened with the bank stocks in 2008. The bank stocks went to $1. Everybody was getting margin calls. They were forced out. And then, and who was buying the whole time? You're dumping at $1 a share. Then they rocketed those bank stocks to $50 a share. What an insult to humanity. I
Yeah.
mean, seriously. And I've said I've had enough, and I've been watching them for 25 years, and this auto trader's been getting smarter and smarter and smarter for 25 years.
Yeah. And I just
So
have to
I've
say really
cornered the
quick.
market.
Yeah, I have to say real quick, because I forgot to say at the beginning that this is an educational, informational event with Ed and I, and we're very
So if you're
passionate.
drinking the
Ed,
Kool-Aid, don't blame me.
Ed's very passionate as well. So, but we are not brokers. We are not financial advisors. This is purely just opinion and educational information. This is a software tool that Ed's created. It's not like you're sending your money to a black hole
Yeah.
that connects to your
A
Coinbase
software tool that's
or
been running for 25 years.
yeah, yeah. And you always have custody of your funds through Coinbase or Kraken account. So it just is a API interface in the background, executing for you. So, but we're not
Yeah, that's
advisors
another
on
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Trade cannot touch your money or your coins.
Yeah.
It's all in Coinbase or Kraken. Those are the two exchanges I automated. They're both US based exchanges,
Mhm.
and Coinbase is trades on the stock market. So I feel real good about that. I've got thousands of users using these two exchanges all over the world. I actually trust the exchanges more than I do cold storage. Things like Trade Ledger or that thing. I mean, I had one of those fail on me, man, and I was lucky I made a backup. I
Yeah.
pulled that backup out of the safe and I plugged it in and it let me log in and I'm like, whoa. And I quickly moved my Shiba Inu. This is before I automated the market. I bought some SHIB at another exchange and I put it on that trade ledger device. And and I made a backup just so I had two of them and I put one in the safe and that one wouldn't let me log in. My email name, my password, changed using the keywords or those seed words, none of that worked. So I go to the safe, I pull out the backup, I plugged it in, put my email name and password, I'm in. As soon as I got in, I transferred my sheep to Coinbase. I said, I trust them more than I do these devices. Um,
Pretty crazy. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and I've got clients with millions of dollars, that are in Coinbase and Kraken. We only allow $2 million per trader. So if you have over that, you can open up a second account and
Yeah. And
spread it out.
we'll take a look at that top trader list later on where you can actually
Oh
see
yeah,
other
I added a
people's
new
live
thing to it.
traders.
You'll like it.
Oh, cool.
Let's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna like what I added last week. I'm always enhancing things with the strategy
Yeah. I love that.
because second. Okay, that was strange. Okay, so it shows the account value, and I ignore the account value. It literally means nothing to me. That's just, think of it. You got to understand how the world works, how the market works. When a coin price goes down and you happen to have inventory, that's going to bring your account value down. But the coin price is just going up and down. So it's just making the account value go up and down. So when people look at the account value and they go, I'm down, I'm down. This was at a mill three 6 months ago. Okay? Didn't scare me one bit. Not one bit. It means nothing. What is important is how much money am I taking off the table? Total profits taken. Okay? They can never take that money away from me. That's profit that they can't take away. And then it was all this was originally actually was in my save bucket just a couple of years ago, and I took 200,000 out and I went and bought a Range Rover. It didn't even mean anything. It's like, how much is that? 199? Okay, here. I don't care. It's free money. I look at the market like it's absolutely just free money. I mean, I can't even, the 30-day profits right here, $6,000. That's just, I call it free money. If I put my money in a bank, I'm going to get 8 cents interest. It means that's junk. This is actual real profits taken off the table. Look what happened a couple days ago in your filled orders down here on the lower right. We had the down day and the auto trader bought these two blanks here where there's no amounts. It bought Doge and Sheep. You can match it up. There's the shares on each one. And here's the shares, the same matching shares when it sold them the next day. So we had a big down day, remember, a couple days ago, and then we had a big up. Then it bounced up, and all on the auto trader took 499 on that one, 569 on that one, just and free money. And it didn't matter what time of the day, or it could have been at 2 in the morning. Didn't matter. I mean, I didn't even notice it. I did a webinar yesterday and I brought up my trader because I don't even look at my trader every day. I don't care. I know my auto trader's taking everything the market's willing to give it. I can't take what the market doesn't want to give me. And if you go down and look at history, And we can go all the way back to the beginning and just scroll through, and you can see all it's doing. It's like a 7-Eleven. You put a product on the shelf and then you sell it. And they can't stop you. No matter where the prices go, you're always pumping money. You're just always pumping money, and nothing anybody can do to stop it. It's just free money. I call the market an insult to humanity. Now, the public doesn't know that. They're all out there gambling and everything, and they think it's dangerous. And I'm like, it's just free money. I mean, look at this. ACH took off Alchemy Pay on January 26th last year, and it just started going higher. It went from 2 cents to from 2 cents to 6 cents. And it was like there's $2,200, there's 2,000. It's like whatever you want to give me, market. You want to give me big money? You want to give me $14.91? I'll take that. Whatever the market wants to give the trader takes. We're not here to boss the market around. And the large, those, like I said, BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard, they're pushing these prices around so they can benefit, and we're just piggybacking what they're doing. I don't have to think. Just do what they're doing. Wherever the prices go, we go.
Yeah.
So this just shows you, like my Alchemy Pay here on top. I have another trader where it started buying this coin at 12 cents a share, and now it's under a penny, which again I call an insult to humanity because it's really a great company. It's like Apple Pay worldwide, and they just partnered with Apple Pay, by the way, a couple months ago. And I was telling people for 4 years, ACH, that's Alchemy Pay, man. They're like Apple Pay worldwide, man. They're great. And then they partnered with them just a couple months ago. But it's under a penny now. You'd think I was getting killed from 12 cents to under a penny. My other trader has 350,000 in profits taken, and it's only down $90,000 in my other trader. But this one here started a little later, but it's still taking 153,000 on the wiggles. The wiggles never end. As long as that coin stays in business, they have to keep pumping me money. And it doesn't matter where the price goes because the software is doing the money management. The price can go all the way down 90%, but it's still wiggling, and they keep pumping me money forever.
Yeah.
The profit wise, I'm way up above this whole graph, way
Yeah.
up here, profit wise.
I just want to point
And
out to people that's the trade window we'll talk about because a lot of people will join and they'll be like, why isn't it putting more of my money to work? That's the money management piece because you don't want to put all your money in up here. You're going to be a buy and holder. So we're spreading it out. So I always tell everybody, this is not a get rich quick overnight. This is my stall.
it could
Set and
be, it's up
forget.
to the market.
It
It could
could
be a
be
get
if
rich quick, but
yeah,
it's up to the market,
it
not
is up
us.
to the market. And right now we're down, but you have multiplied your portfolios in the down. I think this like you start all your traders with a couple $100,000. So you can see since February 7th, 2023. And this is where you're at. And we have just been in a not a great market environment, but still, like you say, that doesn't matter. We're trading the wiggles, and as long as we don't run out of money, we're still pulling it out. And look at all the inventory
Well,
you're
you
gonna
can't
have
run out of
when
money
we
because the
rebound.
software is doing the money management. You can't run
Yeah.
out of money.
Talk about that first 6 months in your very first auto trader because you started Go Baby Trade
Oh, it was
basically
going
at the
straight
top of
up.
the bull market, like within a few months of it, like
Oh
the
yeah.
crypto winter. So those few months in your first trader, just give us a
Yeah,
little
I'm
glimmer of
like, oh
that.
my God. I'm like, oh my God, I released an auto trader for the crypto market in 2021, and the market starts tanking. I'm thinking this is bad. But it didn't, but I'm watching the auto trader just keeps pumping money. I kept watching this closed positions number get bigger and bigger and bigger. They're trying to push this number down to scare the public out. And, because they want to own all the coins. They really want to own all the coins. They own 95% of them now. There's only 5% available to the public. And most people aren't even in crypto. And so they're pushing down as hard as they can, but the only tool they have, that's the only tool the the wealthy, is they can push the price lower. They don't have any other way to scare people out. And so when they push the price lower, the account value goes lower, and most people just keep staring at the account value. I'm like, quit looking at the account value and start looking at your 30-day profits that you took off the table. That's going to keep adding up forever. and your total profits taken, those are numbers that go up, up, up forever. They don't go down. Whereas the open positions, that's just a number going up and down.
Yeah, if
And
we're
the
up
fact that they're
20%
pushing these
tomorrow,
coins,
yeah. Yeah.
look at these prices. This is an insult to humanity. They push ACH down under to about a half a cent. Dogecoin just about 10 cents. GRT the graph, there's 70,000 companies using this coin, using their technology. They get 2 billion hits a day with their APIs, and they're going for under 3 cents a share. I'm like, what? You can't own enough of these shares, man. This is fantastic. To be able to buy at these prices, wow! And they can't stop us, because
Mhm.
if they go lower, we just buy more at a lower price. There's nothing to stop that coin from going up to 9 cents tomorrow. There's literally no resistance. If you look at the chart, it's just gonna, it could just jump to 9 cents and there's nothing that's gonna stop it.
Yeah,
So
and
when they're
between now,
ready, they'll push it up there.
yeah, and you'll have all those positions that will be boom, boom, boom sold out of, and it'll be a stellar
I
day
mean,
for your
they're
trade.
on they're on the board. I mean, BlackRock's on the board of every company, man. They are voting and everything. They're out there removing all the regulations holding this crypto market back. They are loading up like crazy. That crash 2 days ago, we were all battling it out for the shares before it came back, before
Hey
it
Ed,
bounced back.
can you do since we're talking about the trade window and always trading where it is, maybe we'll share the screen where people can see the actual the parameters, the super simple settings that
Sure.
you switch around and
But
the
you can see
default.
today is just an outright down day.
Yep.
It's just a down day. So my auto trader's not doing anything today. I can look over here and see today at 5:50 in the morning, 5:50 a.m., it bought some sheep. It sold it here at 639 yesterday, and it bought it back at 609. But here it bought it at 606 the day before that, and it sold it at 639. Then it went back down to 609 and it bought it back. I mean, we got the market by the you know what's. We got them trapped. They
Yeah.
can't move well,
Yeah.
without us capitalizing. So
Love
the
it.
trader itself, I mean, I just went to the select currency screen,
Hmm.
which is in your menu. Everything's in this menu here.
Yep.
In the menu in your trader. Select currencies is where you put your coins. You just put them in. You say, here's the checkbox. Add as price declines. So if the price is going lower, buy more. I unchecked add as price goes higher because we have allow sells checked. So if it's going higher, we're selling it. So if I bought it down here and it goes up here, I'm selling it. So I don't have to add as it advances because when it goes up here and I sell it, I still got another higher one that I'm going to add to that's adding on the decline. So, but if I wasn't selling, some people dollar cost average into a coin, like XRP is a very popular one. And they say, I want to accumulate, but I don't want to sell. But if you bought something at $1 and it goes to $1.50, then adding to decliners won't help because it's got to go below the dollar. So
Hmm.
this is where you say allow it to add to advancers too. So that way you got them no matter what way to go. It's a perfect way to dollar cost average too because the auto trader makes sure that you're not buying at the same price. Some people say every month I'm going to just buy this coin. I'm going to throw $100 into this coin. And I'm like, no, you're just buying it at the same price you bought it last month. You're just accumulating at the same price, and you're tying up all your money up here. And what happens when it drops down here and you don't have any money to trade down here? So let the software do the money management. So in this case, I leave it like that. And then I can hit spread funds equally. This is the funds remaining, how much funds each coin has to work with over here in the right column. I can click spread funds equally. This one here. So like if one coin, like this coin here used 186,000 already, whereas this one only used 99,000. So so if I hit spread funds equally, the remaining funds from this one, which is a lot more than this one, can be spread out. So
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool. Not a lot to it's pretty simple system. So that's how you allocate. So it knows how to allocate
And
funds.
talk
So
about your
that's part of
default
it.
tokens because a lot of people are like, I don't know what to trade. Where do you trade, Enid? So we do have the default tokens you can select based on
Well,
your
the
trade report.
default, well, the default tokens are going to come from your highest trade count report.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they are now, I don't know, it's somewhere in one of these in these top
Yeah.
coins.
So Ed will
But
select like 3 or 4 of his favorites and throw them in there if you
yeah.
just want to click default and not worry about it. Or you can use this report and maybe you're super, super conservative and just want to trade, Ethereum and Bitcoin or something.
Yeah, you can
People
do
can
what
do
you
that.
want, but
Yeah.
here's a report that I create every month that automatically generates every month. And it shows you the coin like previous year's closed trades. This top coin did 1,559 trades last year. And those are closed profitable trades. Every closed trades in the system is profitable. We never sell at a loss. And the next one down is 1531, then 1469. It's like a 7-Eleven. If you were opening up a 7-Eleven, you want to know the distributor would sit down exactly. I've seen the actual report. Someone emailed it to me because he hears me talking about it a lot. I never saw one, but it was logical that the distributor would show you the products that move the most. And he actually emailed me that report. It was pretty cool. It had Monster drinks and Coca-Cola and stuff. It had candy bars and all that stuff. All the big selling, the big fast moving items. You don't want to sell Lysol and stuff like that in your 7-Eleven. You hardly sell any. But do I want to trade coins that trade like 1,500 trades in a year? Or do I want to go to the bottom of the report and sell junk? Stuff that did 17 trades in a year, 27 trades in a year, 35 trades in a year. They're hardly moving. You're getting months where you have zero. I mean, this is an insult. Or no, it's over here, 4 trades. No, over here is the months. Excuse me. Scroll over to the right a little if I can. These are the months, like September, October, November, December, January. And it's showing you how many trades each month. Do you want to trade coins that move like that? 3 trades in a month, 2 trades in a month? Or do you want to shoot it? Do you want to be trading stuff like this? 46 trades, or 80 trades, 58 trades, 100 trades. I mean, we all know that if I trade, what is this coin here? FWOG. All right, I don't know what it is. Let's grab a utility one like this. If I trade Swift, I can feel confident that I'm going to get something like these numbers. Or I like this one below it, 80 trades, 58 trades, 100 trades each month. I feel confident that all of a sudden I'm not going to get 2 trades, in that month. So everybody knows to trade the coins near the top of the report. Actually, if I click I added this, Francine, just a couple days ago. Percent of traders that are in each coin, or each coin
Oh,
that's in each
interesting.
trader. So here it is over here. 40% of the people own SUI. I mean, 40% of the auto traders that are out there, that Go Baby Trade auto traders are trading that coin. 40% of them. 35% of them are trading ACH. 29% of them are trading bunk. I mean, that's a cool number, right? Isn't it cool to
Yeah,
know that?
that's a great number.
I
And
know.
thanks for doing
I
that.
know. It's just great stuff. I just keep making it, I just keep producing better and better stuff to help
Yeah,
everybody get in the right stuff. Because you'd be surprised how many people they come on board, they sign up, and they're trading the junk at the bottom I'm like, man, do you even look at the highest trade count report? You're sitting
yeah.
in garbage.
Well, when you first
For
started,
an
a
auto
lot of
trader
yeah,
perspective, it doesn't move. Who
yeah.
wants a coin that doesn't move?
And this report you created like within this last year or so, right, Ed? You didn't have
I
it.
created, the report.
Yeah,
I created the highest trade count report, the actual report about a year ago.
yeah,
And then I added that column just a couple days ago,
yeah.
literally.
That's awesome. I love it.
Um,
Very cool.
the,
So,
the percent of traders that have that coin in it.
Yeah, so this is
Um,
helpful for people that want to select some tokens to trade, or they can go just select your default ones, which
yeah, the
are moving
default ones,
around.
I think, gosh, if I can't remember what the default coins were. Um, yeah, but it's
That's
there
okay.
somewhere right up here at the top. The default coin would be like Sui. I think Sui is one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got it's a utility coin, and it's also available at Coinbase and Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure that the default coin can be traded at both of those exchanges.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thanks
Um,
for showing us this report, Ed. This is
that's
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So,
nothing but good stuff. There's nothing but good. And then here's the actual rules. There's only one page of rules. My original auto trader that I created from 2000 all the way till 2020 had 10 screens of things you could change. You think that's good? 10 screens of ways to blow yourself up. I watch people destroy themselves, changing things all over the place, and I'm like, stop. You're changing stuff you don't even know what you're touching. It'd be like you just bought a brand new car, and the first thing you did is you pull out a screwdriver and you stuck it in there and start turning the screw in the carburetor. Why would you do that? Why are you trying to wreck this thing?
mhm.
So I reduced it really to one screen, that you can mess with. And the most important things on this page is the profit goal. I've got my profit goal set to 5%. It was 3%. But then I said, you know what? Why should I buy these coins at record low prices and then give them away for 3% higher? I want at least 5% now. That's my punishment to the market. That's what you get. However, remember this, stock prices move like this. They just kind of like waves. They go slowly up and down. Cryptos jump around. A crypto can jump 50% and then 5 minutes later come right back down.
Yeah.
That's gold to an auto trader because when it jumps like that, all the inventory we're sitting on below that sells off profitably. In 5 minutes, it's all gone, and then it jumps back down, and we buy it again. I mean, it's a joke. The market is somebody one time said that I'm irreverent when it comes to the market, and I had to Google that because I didn't even really know what he was talking about. He's saying like you don't respect the market, and I'm like I have no respect for the market. The market has no respect for me. They're treating me like I'm 6 years old.
So
But
true.
the thing is, the people are acting like they're 6 years old. I don't get it. Like I go to buffets, I told you, I go to casinos, I live in Vegas to cut through to get to the buffet in the back. I mean, I don't believe in just gambling. There's no reason to gamble. If commerce didn't work, and this is all this is commerce. That's all this is proper money management and risk management and making sure you're covered all the way to the bottom. So you don't even care where the price goes. It could drop 90%. You're still down here going, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money. This will add up for the rest of your life. Get a small jar like a jelly jar or something, and throw a marble in it every day and watch that thing spill over. Because the profits are real. They got to go somewhere, and they're all going into your safe bucket. That jelly jar is your safe bucket.
Yeah, we'll
It's
take a
just
look at
filling
that
up,
safe bucket in a minute. Yeah. Yeah.
and nobody can stop it. Um, so 5% profit goal, equal funds, equal funds, lot size options. It's calculating how big the shares need to be, how many shares to buy on each trade. Equal funds means the software gets it no matter where the price goes, you're still investing the same amount of money. So if it goes lower, which is good, you're buying more shares because the price is lower. So if I'm investing the same amount of money down here at the lowest prices, I'm buying a lot more shares
Hmm.
at that price. And I'm taking at least 5% on the moves. And then add on shares on price moves. This used to say add as price declines. However, we have the added advances also now that you could check. Remember on the previous screen.
Yeah.
So it says as price moves. So we're adding on declines on 3% drops. This is saying 3 times 50. If you add on 3% drops, look at the math. It's very simple. If you add on 3% drop each time it drops 3%. Now it's wiggling in there and you're taking profits the whole time, but if it declines 3% and you keep adding on 3% drops, if I even went 3 times 30, that would be a 90% drop. 3 times 50 is just really, it's just my way of saying the software is going to stop when it hits the bottom, the 100% anyway, if the coin went down 100%. So it really doesn't matter. I just put a real big number in here, so it's over. It says expected trading window is add down to 100% drop. So that means as long as that coin stays in business, they got to keep paying me. Doesn't that almost sound illegal? What right do I have to attach this trader to a symbol and say, you got to pay me for the rest of your existence? I don't care how long that coin stays in business, you got to keep giving me money
Yep.
on 3% drops and 5% profits. You just to
Yep.
keep pumping me money. And again, I'm not violating any laws. Nobody said you can't buy a coin at one price and sell it at a higher price. What they're not used to is the public is used to just putting all their money in at the top. So
Mhm.
when the coin drops 80%, they're out of the game. They're praying, "Oh God, please go up 80% so I can break even again."
Mhm.
That's all they got working for them. With us, because we were adding at the proper increments, all these individual lots, we don't care. You just go up 5% from the bottom, and that bottom one goes, so we sell it and take profit. So now that one's gone. If it goes up 5% again, this one will be sold. And if it goes down 3%, this one will be bought back. If it goes down 3%, this one will be bought again. And if it goes up 5%, this one will disappear. We just got to keep paying me until I die. Really, it's not even until I die, until everybody in my family dies, because they're all going to keep running the auto trader forever.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's an awesome concept, Ed. And it is the brainwashing for people to get past the point of always staring at unrealized P&L, because that numbers goes up and down and up and down. And it's just a long term taking these profits day after day after day after day. And we know where we're going in the end. So do all the big buys guys, BlackRock and the others. And it's just
Wait
such
until
a,
they rocket
yeah,
these. We've been on a 4 year downtrend.
yeah.
4 years they've been driving this market lower and lower and lower. Watch when that trend turns up, and we got all that inventory we start selling off on the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, while it's going up and we're selling all that inventory that we bought on the way when it was going down, while it's going up, it's still going to be wiggling. So then we're going to be buying while it's going up, buying on the wiggles, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So we're going to be selling that inventory off also. We're going to be double dipping on the way back up. If you think of everybody that got rich in the last crashes, who got rich in the 2000 market crash? The people that bought at the bottom.
Yeah.
Who got rich in the 2008 housing or the banking crash? The people that bought at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
And Ed,
us.
how do you time the
That's
bottom?
us now.
How do you time the bottom?
We don't even time the bottom. We don't need
Exactly.
to. Everybody else is trying to figure stuff out. They're sitting in front of charts and graphs. They got it all wrong, man. And they're trying to go in. This is what's really bad is they're trying to look for the perfect set and go, all right, based on all these 6 monitors I have here, the market should go up. So buy. Even if they were right, they only bought one lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes, even if it goes up, so what? You made a few pennies. Who cares? With us, you got all the inventory. If the market really does go take a 10% or a 20% jump, you got all that inventory to sell off. And you always got the market trapped up and down, no matter where it goes for the rest of your life. Everyone that doesn't have an auto trader, man, I feel bad for them, especially if they hear a presentation like this and somehow they don't believe it. I'll give one lady credit. I presented to a live audience and she said, you know, everything you're saying sounds really, really real and true and everything, but you know, I'm just not smart enough to know if it is true. So, and you're right, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years. I can't deprogram the population. This is kind of like a therapy session for me. I don't know if you guys know that. because I just need to get it off my chest. It's like, how does everybody not see the obvious?
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
Ed,
I don't know.
let's look at
It's
the top trader report then. That'll give everybody at least an idea of
right.
other active traders. And anybody could find this.
It's on the website.
I'll shoot you guys a link to the website too. If it's something you're interested in, we do have a discount link for you that's pretty substantial. But when you go there, you can click on this top trader tab and you can see this report as well. And Ed, I just want everybody to know that you take out, like you used to leave on all the 6 and 7 figure accounts, but then people felt like they had to have all that money to trade. So you took out the pages of those accounts. And this is just really a sampling of the top, some of the traders in more reasonable price
Well,
ranges because people will
with
ask you,
normal
what you're
money,
doing.
normal
Yeah,
money.
normal money.
Because
Exactly.
people were sending me emails saying, I don't have $500,000 to trade with. So, and the screen was just cluttered with all those traders, and I'm like, we got to get all that off here and put normal money in here. Normal people that have 5,000, 20,000. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
average user has, even this guy's trading with $163. Started with 163 and it took 465 in profits. Look at the percent return. That's a 284% return. People look at that and say, well, it's only $465. Well, it's based on what he started with. But look at the percent. The percents, Warren Buffett would love this system. If I could talk to Warren Buffett, he would be all over this system. I guarantee you. Because he never talks returns like this.
Well, then
This
you
guy
can
started with $5,000. He took $8,200 of profits off the table. That's 162% return. Now, I used to have another column that said ending account balance. The problem is when the people see how much money they're making, they start getting crazy and they start throwing 100,000 in there. And then I get emails saying, how did he go from, if he only took $465 in profits, how did he go? How did his ending balance be over 100,000? It's because he threw more money in once he saw what it's doing. I
yeah,
got rid of that column because it made no sense to even put
yeah.
it there. All it did was prompt a lot of questions.
I'm glad you did
Because
it.
that
That's
was
good.
based on people putting more money in.
But you can click view details and get an idea on what people are trading.
Oh yeah,
Although,
you can see what he's trading. You literally see the coins he's trading. And that was the default coins a couple years ago. ACH, GRT, and cheap. Everybody that signed up, that was the default. If you could just say, I don't know what coins to trade because I'm a stock trader, and they just click the default button and it gives them three top coins. And
and,
those were the three coins it gave him. So he literally did nothing.
and
His
he's
profit
talking.
goal is 3%. He's adding on 2% drops. Max allowed drops is 20. Um, add down to a 40% drop. That's a little bit of gambling there. That's a little
Yeah,
risky.
he shrunk his trade window, which you can do. And then the money that goes to work on each trade is larger. So it stands to reason, then you have more money
Because
at
he
work.
shrank the window, so he's
Yeah.
squeezing
But
all
if
his money into a smaller window.
But if it goes below that window, then he's a buy and hold now because the trader's not going to be active he had spent all the money. So that's just a risk you take. But if you're thinking that we're at a low and we're not going low, you can shrink your trade window too, but we don't typically recommend it because I don't know, you can speak to that, Ed.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, what
now's a good
happens
time to
is,
do it. I don't know.
well, what happens is he's got all this bucket of profits saved that he can release to the trader and then he can
That's true.
expand the trading window. That's
Yep.
what people do.
Yeah, that's right.
Um, I mean, this guy started with $5,000. He made $8,251. That's 162% return. And again, there's the coins he's trading. You can trade as many coins as you want. We recommend 3 to 5 coins is the magic number.
Yeah. And
But
depending upon how much you start with, like if you start with 1,000 or so, then maybe just one, right? Because you don't want to spread your
it
funds.
doesn't matter. Yeah, you could trade
Yeah.
one coin and just you're going to have a lot of money into each trade. So you're going to make a lot of money on that trade. What happens when you put a lot of coins in, your percent of funds to invest, you're shrinking it. You shrink it down. Like he's only got 1% of Solano. 1% of his money in that coin. So even if it wiggles, he's not going to make much.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's got 30% in XRP. Oh, and look what he's doing. He's dollar cost averaging in the XRP because he has allow sells is not is no.
Mhm.
So he's accumulating, but he's not letting it sell. He's just buying as it wiggles around. He's doing the same one with this SOL. And he's doing the same thing with Ethereum up here. He's dollar cost averaging into it.
Mhm.
So he's letting it accumulate as it wiggles, but he's not letting it sell off.
Interesting.
And you can see his profit goal is 3%. He's adding on 5% drops. 5 times, 25. That's an add down to 125% drop, which it'll never do because it
That
can't
doesn't even
drop
make
more than
sense.
100%. But
Yeah.
the software knows to stop at 100% when it's doing the
Okay.
money allocations.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we literally show you everything people are doing.
Mm.
Here's a $31,000 account. He took 35,000 in profits. That's 114% return. Now, some people say, well, show me what's the worst case scenario. Well, the worst case scenario is people doing manual trades. I mean, people manually using up all their money.
Yeah,
I know
no.
one person
Yeah.
that had a $42,000 account, and the auto trader put 2,000 to work into positions. And then she got excited about XRP and she went and bought manually at the exchange. She bought $40,000 worth of XRP manually at one time. And then she calls up a week later and says, how come my auto trader's not buying anything? I said, because there's no money in the account. You used it all up. If she would have let the auto trader do the money management, it would have been able to trade forever. But she got excited thinking XRP was going to go to 500. So she took 40,000, bought $40,000 worth of XRP. You ready for this? At $3 a share.
Aw.
And she just got hammered. And
Yeah.
now it went straight down and I'm like, why do you want to gamble like that? I get tempted because when the market dropped, yeah, the other day, right here on 222, I actually was in front of my computer and I was thinking, why don't I just buy 50,000 more of each of these coins? I could have done it. All I had to do is push the button. And then I told myself, no, there's no manual trades in my orders here at all. You'll never find a manual trade in here.
Mhm.
Oh, you can see here the AI. This says added to declining position, and it's got AI at the end of it. That's just telling because the auto trader said the price went down. I want to buy more, but AI got involved in the trade. Whereas you can see this one down here, AI did not get involved in that trade. So the software said, I want to buy more at this drop. It called the AI. AI didn't return at least a 95% confidence that the price is going to go lower. So the software just went ahead and did the buy. These here show AI got involved in the trade. And the same thing happens, yeah, I was just jumping around here. Same thing happened when the price is going higher. This profit goal reached, the price went up, it went above our profit goal. The profit goal, by the way, is your profit goal plus the trade fees that the broker charges. So the software actually
Includes.
it's going for a bigger profit goal than what you asked for to
Yeah.
cover the trade fees. Some people worry about, oh, I'm doing so many trades. What about the fees?
Hmm.
It covers them in the trade. So you're already making more in the trade to cover the trade fees.
Yeah.
So it said profit goal reached, and the AI didn't say it's gonna go higher. So the software just went ahead and did it. And this one here says profit goal reached, and AI said it is gonna go higher. Hold on,
Yeah.
don't take that profit yet.
Let's look at the current profit saved since we've been talking about that, Ed, the manage profits button, just so people can understand about
So
that.
over
Yeah.
here on the lower left, current profits saved, manage profits.
Yeah. If you just click that, you can see how you can do it.
Oh, wait a second, it times out and go to my trader.
And you do have the auto trader, just so everybody knows, we have people using the auto trader both for stocks and for crypto. It's two separate subscriptions, but crypto, I think
Yeah,
Ed, you said when you first flipped the switch for crypto, you never
99
look
to
back.
1, baby.
Never look back
99
to stocks. Yeah.
99 crypto traders to one stock trader. That's how
Yeah.
people sign up.
Got it.
We got a lot of crypto traders.
Yeah.
Um, Even though it works perfect for stocks.
Right.
Um, but it's set to percent of profits to save is set to 100%. That means all profits it makes go into the save bucket. And some people say, well, I want a dollar cost, I want a, what do they call that?
Dollar cost average? Or,
No, they
oh,
want
go
to
all in. They want to compound.
compounding, right?
Yeah,
Thing
yeah.
is, compounding at higher prices. And then the price goes down and you just used up your money at a higher price.
Hmm.
I like to release it at like $10,000 at a time. I
Yeah.
release funds.
And if we feel like we're
So,
like the trend has changed and then we're in a bull market, then at that point it might make sense if people want to
yeah, then you might want to flip that. Then you might want to say save zero,
yeah.
and let it all go in if we're in a bull market. However, 4 days up is not a bull market,
Yeah,
folks.
yeah. It's not
Some people think that, and then
right.
they want to go all in, they release all their money.
Well,
But
and
what's nice about,
some people are living on their saved profits too, Ed. Like you've got a Coinbase
oh,
card and
I know a
other
lady that takes
retirees. Yeah,
2,000 a month out
yeah,
every month to live on,
yeah,
to add to her $2,000 that she gets from Social Security.
yeah.
So she's living on $4,000 a month, and 2,000 of it's coming from here,
Hmm.
from her trader. So you have, you know, like I said, this had a couple of years ago, this was up to 300,000, and I just spent it. I blew 200,000 on a Range Rover, and then the other thing is I've got, if I look at my credit card here, every time I go into a store, I got my Coinbase card.
Yeah.
And every time I use this card, I tell myself, the card that keeps on giving.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
It's just like free money
Yeah,
because I never have to make a payment. It comes right out of my USDC. I don't even have to think about it.
yeah. Well,
You
let's
know,
see if
and
anybody has any.
the other day, you
Mm,
know what? I wanted to show this.
yeah.
I thought it was interesting. All the money I make in my trader, with all the money that I make in my trader, where am I at here? Let's go down here.
And
With
then
all
we'll
the money I
open
make
to
in this trader, I found this dollar bill on the ground the other day. And I have to stretch it out because this is how it was just flattened by 1,000 cars. I walked out of a store and it kind of blew right in front of me. And this dollar excites me more than the fact that I make all this money for free. Because you're so used to making money in the trader that I don't even notice it anymore. But finding a dollar on the ground was exciting. I put it in my wallet like a good luck
I know.
charm.
Yeah, very
I
good.
remember the three times I've ever found money on the ground. Once when I was in high school, or no, I was in eighth grade. I saw a $5 bill stuck on a chain link fence, like the wind blew it there. And then another time while I was in the Navy, and I think it was Thailand, I found a 500 baht bill on the ground. And I quickly did the math, and I said, "That's a $20 bill," you know. And then I found this dollar. That's the only time I remember the three times in my life I've ever found money on the ground. And I still remember them, how exciting it is to find free money. But
Yeah,
yet my auto trader's taking free money every couple days.
yeah, no,
Sometimes it's every single day. It depends how the market's moving.
yeah, yeah. We're
You
not
know, here's
forecasting.
here's the third. I'm just looking here. I just happen to look this January 3rd, then January 4th, these two, then January 5th, all these. Let's see. And then January 6th, well, January 5th, it took a lot. And then January 6th, more.
Yeah, so
Then
fully
January
transparent.
7th. I
Yeah,
mean, this is free money every single day. It's
fine.
just crazy, man. And that's just the market moving, doing what it does, and the software designed to just take free money.
Yeah.
Day and night, midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning,
Yeah,
while
well,
we're
that's the beauty
sleeping.
of crypto. It's open 24/7, 365. Those markets trade nonstop. Does anybody have any questions? Let's open it up, Ed.
Yeah, let's go to a Q&A session here.
Yeah.
I love a good Q&A. I like to hear people tell me why they wouldn't want an auto trader. It's kind of like a therapy session.
So yeah, go
Anybody.
ahead.
Hey, Ed, you
Yes.
mentioned and
Hi, Tom.
Francine did that there's a default uh, coin. Is that something that your trader goes to at
Well,
some point, or it's just
no.
available if
No,
you
you
want to
set that up
use it?
initially, Tom. So when you set up your auto trader, there is a different set of default tokens. And Ed
Uh,
doesn't recommend, like, they're all going to be in the top 20 plus, and they're always jumping in and out of their ranking. So Ed doesn't
What it
recommend
is,
switching. Once you choose your four, like he's still trading his original four, like we saw in his auto trader here.
yeah,
You
I
just
don't
leave
change
it.
coins.
Yeah, you just
right.
leave it.
Okay.
What it is a lot of people are stock traders and they get their first auto crypto trader and they go, "Hey, I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know what coins to pick."
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
say, "Well, here's the top coins off the highest trade count report, you know?"
Yeah. Okay.
You
I
know,
thought maybe somehow that default coin came into play once you had your coins picked out, but that's a misunderstanding. So
well, you can
once
go to the
yeah,
highest trade count report and see it. I
right.
like this new field I created, this percent of traders. I think that's cool because
Yeah.
then you're doing what most people are trading, right?
Right. Right.
You know, that's kind of what I would like. Except this guy's got 29% of people are in bonk, and some people don't like meme coins. So
Mm.
you'd skip over that one and jump down to so SUI, ACH, and XCN would be the top three here. If you were going to go by the percent of users,
Mhm.
Mhm.
what the users are trading, or you could say previous years close and say, I want the ones, or you can even say the last 3 months, which coins are trading the most in the last 3 months, you know? You
Where would
got
I go?
BMO,
Where would I go on here?
PRCL.
Where would
Pardon
I
me?
go on here to find Peppy? PEP. Where would Peppy be?
Well, you could,
You just scroll down and find
oh,
it.
you can click on currency over here on the left,
Uh-huh.
and then it's alphabetical order. And
Okay.
then you can just go down, let's go down to Peppy. Peppy.
Okay.
It's did 930 trades last year, 128 trades in the last 3 months.
Mhm.
I mean, it's 26% of every of all the auto traders have owned Peppy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's a pretty big number, by the way. That's a
Yeah.
lot of users are trading Peppy.
Yeah. Well, I do. So
Yeah,
that's
so am
good.
I. I got it in one of my traders also. I got multiple traders.
Okay.
The last time I created a new trader, I just went here like this. I clicked on this, previous year's closed, and I just grabbed the top five coins.
Hmm.
The top five that were available at Coinbase, since I don't have a Kraken account, I didn't get Loken or Lock-in, and I didn't get Fog, so I had to go down, one, two, three, four, five, down to PRCL. So you know, I just grabbed the top five. I don't even think about it. Other people want to do research and all that. And I hear so many people, if you ever go anywhere and you mention, hey, so how's your crypto doing? Just throw that out. I know some of you wouldn't do that. I'm not bashful. And they all have the same answer. Oh, I got to research that. I don't know anything about crypto. I'm like, it's exactly the same as stocks, only they're at pennies a share.
Yeah. Hey, Ed.
And but they think they need to know too much. And it's like, okay, well, good luck. The crypto market's not going away. We got it. That's the number one. Either you accept that or you don't. If you
Well,
think the crypto market is over, digital currencies are over. I mean, which
yeah.
companies? I mean, you got India that's really running fast with digital currency. They are going gangbusters. They're kicking our butts. Bolivia also kicking our butts.
Yeah.
And and even the CEO of blockchain, I didn't make that up. The CEO of blockchain said it, man, that we got to get on board. And they are pushing the envelope to remove all the regulations holding back crypto. And when that's why they've been accumulating, they're playing the long game. They've been accumulating like crazy. They didn't just buy all their coins. That $80 billion worth of crypto, they didn't buy it all at the bottom. Heck no, they've been loading up for 4 years at higher prices. And now they're just trying to grab the scraps at the bottom. See how many people we can get out at the last minute before we rocket this thing to new highs. Because
Yeah.
once it turns and starts heading up, we're going to have a few years of straight up market. That's going to be beautiful. And
Hey,
you know
Ed,
what?
really, really quick,
The same thing happened with the stock market. I've been doing this 25 years. A lot of people in the early days cried about the stocks, oh, they're down. And now look where they're at. Everybody that stuck with their auto traders got rich. Go ahead, Francine. I'm sorry.
yeah, sorry. So a couple people say they're needing to head out. So I want to ask a quick question. We have Ben has raised his hand as well, but let's see.
Yes,
Lee, who on Matthew, do you have? Yeah, we have recommended settings. We went over that screen. Why don't you guys message me? I'm going to post my number in
there.
the chat. So there are the
It's
default
already
settings.
defaulted, by the
Yeah.
way. Your trader
So
has the
what
default settings
happens is that
set
once you
already.
purchase the auto trader, then you go into a simulated trade mode. Everybody needs, it automatically does that. And then you could reach out to me and we'll get you set up. We'll schedule a call, walk you through it, make sure you understand everything on over a Zoom. And I have a community in WhatsApp and we share wins and and
It's
questions
super
and bounce
easy.
around. Yeah,
This is a
yeah.
no-brainer system.
Yeah,
By
it
default,
really is.
everything is set.
Yep. So
And it's so simple, really. And
yeah,
once you have it, you're never going to go back to manual trades. And
yep.
I think it's interesting when somebody calls me up 6 months later and they sign up and they say, I listened to your presentation 6 months ago. Man, I should have signed up 6 months ago. I
Yeah.
know
And Ed, also,
because
it's a 3 month subscription for those of you needing to hop off. And Ed just announced
it's a
yesterday,
3 year
to,
subscription.
yeah, 3 years for Milagros, who said he wants a trader. He just doesn't have the 3,500 up front. You do pay for it on a credit card or you can send crypto. But Ed just told me today that he has a firm as an option, which is some monthly payments if you want. If you were to spread that out over 3 years, it's about $100 a month. So reach out to me if you want to chat about that as well.
Yeah, when
That's a
you
great
sign up,
option.
it
Thanks for
asks
doing that, Ed. And
when
Ben,
you sign up. I
yeah,
was going to say when you
go
sign
ahead.
up, it asks how do you want to pay? Do you want to pay with a firm and make payments, or do you want to pay with a credit card or cash? Well, a credit card, or do you want to pay with crypto? Those
Yep,
three options.
yep, yep. So Ben has had his hand patiently raised. So go ahead, Ben. Let's hear your question. Thank you for being patient. And then I'll get back to the ones in the chat.
Hi,
Um,
Ben.
hey, Ben, I see you're unmuted, but we can't hear you if you're talking. Do you want to type into the chat or now you're muted? So maybe try unmuting again. I don't know if your microphone may not be connected properly, not sure. You're still muted. I see that you're muted, Ben, in case you're trying. But while you're working on that, let's see what other questions we have. The system does send out, um, it doesn't send out highest trade counts every month. Matthew, you can log in and see it. It's at the end of the month end, and then it's for the prior year that you get. It doesn't get out. The report does not go out every day. What you do get at the end of every day is your profit taken report. So that'll go to your email, the profits for the day. If you don't want to log into your system, that you'll see that. And Kraken does just as well. And that is not new. Ed, you've always had Coinbase and Kraken as an option, right?
Pardon me?
You've
For
always
what?
had
Yeah.
Coinbase and Kraken. Kraken is
Yeah, they're
yeah,
just as good. They're
yeah,
worldwide also. I have clients all over the world using Coinbase or Kraken
yeah.
and Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
And it's everywhere. We have clients in Canada, Nigeria, India, I mean, you name it, we got people there. We have clients all over the world.
Yep. And Ben says he
Um,
speaker, he doesn't have a speaker, but can you see the list of defaults before you buy the coins? If you click,
yes.
yes, when you join and you click default tokens, they'll populate and you'll see those three there. And if you don't like them, you can adjust them and we can go through that together and just kind of talk about your goals and all of that and look
Yeah,
at,
and it starts in paper trade mode anyway. So even no matter what, you can always change the symbols. You haven't
yeah,
you didn't really buy the coins. it's in paper trade mode. That's
Yeah.
why everything automatically goes into paper trade mode. So you start and make sure everything is good the way you like it. You got the symbols you like, you got the settings you like, everything is perfect. Then you connect it to Coinbase or Kraken.
Oh, that's
Because as
good.
soon as you connect to Coinbase and Kraken, it starts trading.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Ed. So when you first, like I mentioned, when you join, you pay for your subscription, you get put into, the paper trade. You can select default coins there, see what they are. And then when we connect live, you will have the option to adjust those as well in your paper trade mode. So and Mark is saying, will the Clarity Act change things? I'm sure you have a thing or two to say about how we don't care about that external factor because we're just
Will
taking
what?
money on volatility.
What was the question?
Will the Clarity Act change things? Mark asked that question.
What is, I
The
don't think
clarity.
it's going to change anything.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean, is it they're trying to make it more like the stock market? I mean, that's the beauty of the crypto market is we don't follow any of those crazy rules. The stock market rules. I mean, there's no wash sale rule. It runs 24/7. I mean, there's no SEC day trader rule.
Mhm.
If you know what those are, it's really designed for everybody. You could have $100 account and do 20 trades in a day, buys and sells.
And
You can't
also,
do that in the stock market.
Also, you guys, when markets don't like uncertainty, stock market or crypto, so we have uncertainty around the Clarity Act and regulation for crypto. So once we have some kind of certainty, we could very well see a pop. Nobody knows, but that could be the impetus that turns us into a bull market. We could see a bounce. Like, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody
Well,
does, but
at these prices,
yeah.
look at these prices. This is an insult to humanity. These are good companies. And at these ridiculously, insultingly low prices, this is where the rich get richer. Seriously, you can't, in my opinion, you can't own enough crypto at these crazy prices. This is nuts. This is I mean, the guy working at Jack in the Box doesn't realize how close he is to being a multimillionaire. And, if he's in crypto, because when this thing takes off, it's going to be crazy, man. And that's why they keep lowering the price. They're trying to get all the little guys out. They want everybody to keep working when the crypto market takes off. They want all these people to be going back to their jobs, and they're torturing people by lowering the prices. They don't realize lowering the prices is a good thing. It's like, wow, they're giving us a chance to load up at these insultingly low prices. I can't say insultingly low enough. I mean, irrational exuberance, that's what Greenspan used to say. I say insultingly low prices. This is a joke where they're at now. This is wrong. These coins should be at $20 a share. This is wrong. This is the rich are gonna make so much money. And again, I'm not an investment advisor, but I can see the writing on the wall.
Yep, yep. So we're at such an exciting time, you guys. And things are really discounted. What are we, 80-90% off of the highs of last spring, Ed, or 2020?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They've been pushing, 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 and their strategy is working because, like I said, I talk to people every day, and other people that don't even have an auto trader, and they're selling everything. People are bailing out. Their friends and family are saying, "Get out! You're gonna lose it all." And I'm like, "Oh man, you're bailing out at the bottom? Are you serious?" You
Yeah.
bought something at 12 cents and it's at a half a cent, and now you're going to sell it at a half a cent? Just hold it,
It's
man. That's
tough. It's
crazy.
really
Buy
tough.
more, if anything. I actually put a video out that said, "Don't mortgage your house." Mortgage and don't cash in your credit cards and turn them into just cash, and use them. People are doing all kinds of crazy stuff to figure out where to find more money to put into their traders. Because the more money it has, the more money it makes. Now, a guy with $1 million doesn't have an advantage over a guy with 1,000. He's not going to get more trades, but
So
he's gonna put more money into the trade, each
yeah,
trade.
yeah. So that
100% of a million is different than 100% of 1,000.
right. So Ed, here's a question you're gonna love. I just scrolling back up to the thread, the chat to be sure I didn't miss. And Tony is asking, how does this trader do in a bear market? And that's all this trader has seen is a
That's all we've been in for 4 years is a bear market.
yeah. So
Everything about this bucket is talking about coins This is the top. This is the bottom. Everything we're doing is in a bear market. A
Yeah.
bull market would be it's going up here. But we're already down here and see, this is why I say people need to get in right away, and I'm not being a salesman, but this is reality. When you need to get in because every day that you're not in, number one, you're not building inventory for the auto trader. Look at my trader, how many lots, how many purchases. This thing has 24 lots. Each one of these is a buy that went lower. So these are all underwater. He's got 24 lots that are underwater. This guy's got 36 lots that are underwater. This one here has 30 lots that are underwater. This is what I call a well-seasoned auto trader. It's been running since February 7th, 2023. So that's 3 years. It's built all this beautiful inventory. So when the market takes off, I'm going to make a fortune. Whereas when you first start, you only got one lot. It's going to buy one lot of each of those coins that you're trading. One. And you're hoping that the market crashes more so you could accumulate a lot. I mean, you're still going to buy and sell as it wiggles, but when a coin jumps 50%, I want to have a lot of inventory that sells off all at once. I want to make $2,000 on each one of these lots. I don't want to just make $20,
Right.
or even I don't want to make 2,000 on one lot and it's all I have. A well-seasoned auto trader has a lot of inventory, and every day that you're not trading, you're not letting the auto trader build inventory. And also, every day that you're not trading, that you don't have an auto trader, you're throwing away free money. This is free money here down at the bottom right.
Wow.
This is just free money. Whatever the market wants to give me, I'll take. Like I said, if it wants to give me $15, I'll take it.
Yeah. And
I'm taking whatever the market wants to throw at me, I'm going to take. Here's $25. Here's $19. It's whatever the market wants to give me, the auto trader is going to take. But every day you don't have an auto trader, you're not taking this free money.
so here's a question, or
I
just
call it free money
you do
anyways.
call it free money, but as always, you guys have to decide what's right for you. We're not telling you what to do. We're
Well,
not
I wasn't up
advisors.
at
Yeah.
4:33 in the morning on this one here,
Yeah.
4:33 a.m.
It's,
Were you up at 4:33 in the morning? Not me.
no, I was not. Um, so Ed, maybe we could address this real quick. Jeff Frendel says he have added his info to the buy now, and when I get to the payment screen and Kraken is not listed like the options for Coinbase options and MetaMask wallet and connect another wallet, but nothing related to. Were you trying to send crypto, Jeff, to pay for your auto trader, or maybe you could unmute and clarify your question a bit?
Yeah, I was trying to, I used your link and just went through this, the sign up process, and I've got money in Kraken, that I just put in there some the other day and added some more today to cover everything. So I'm just trying to get started with it and just didn't know if it needed to go into a separate wallet.
No, you can
No,
deposit it right
USDC.
from.
Just put it in USDC.
Yeah.
Usually it asks you for what do you want to pay with, and it gives you choices.
So you can select USDC, which is free to swap USD into USDC in the exchanges. And then you can send it directly to Ed, right? To the wallet address.
No,
No.
Coinbase wrote the payment process. That's not my payment process.
Oh, so we can't pay from Kraken. Does he need to send it to Coinbase to pay for it, or?
No, it's Coinbase wrote the payment system.
Yeah,
And
it says
they ask, what do you want to pay with?
commerce.coinbase.com.
Oh,
If it's run by Coinbase, it probably won't allow you to pay in Kraken, but on
no, that
Kraken
doesn't matter.
itself,
Wait,
when I tried to
It
swap
might.
USD to USDC, it wanted me to pay $54 and change fees. And
Kraken
that's a
does that
Kraken
now.
issue, not a Go Baby Trade issue, of course, but
Right.
which is not, I mean, if that's the fee, that's the fee. That's not gonna deter me from,
It's
doing
not
it.
going to
But
make or break you, right?
at this point, right, $55. I've lost more doing stupid things before, so.
We all have, believe me.
yeah.
I lost
Yeah, they're
60% of my
winding
wealth
down
in that
now.
2000 market crash. Millions of dollars vaporized.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
so, I
Well,
take it all with it.
Francine, maybe after this, do you have like 5 minutes or 10 minutes
Yeah, let's
after
do
the
it.
call?
Yeah. We'll
And
look
then
at
maybe we can just do another quick meeting or something. That way we
it.
don't deter the time here.
Sounds
You're
good.
gonna give them your phone number?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
typed it in the chat already, and we can even, I don't know, we can maybe, I don't know if you have time, Ed, we could take a peek on the call, or if everybody, we're
Well,
out
you
of the,
take a shot at it first.
yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
sometimes if you just put the money in, they don't want you to transfer it out because it hasn't been. They want to wait a few days because
yeah,
it's not really in yet, even though you thought you put it in, but the bank hasn't really deposited into their account yet. So
Yeah, and
they might
that
be
was one
letting you
question was
transfer it.
it did say I couldn't withdraw it for 7 days, but I'm assuming that would also include purchasing something from it.
Yeah, transfers out because then you're transferring it out.
I think you
Because
can,
Okay.
you might cancel that deposit at the bank before they even got the money.
Well,
yeah,
So you might have to
that's
wait.
fine. If um, I mean, if I do it, I guess I can't even get hooked up with Go Baby Trade until that goes through to even do paper trading at this point because you need the process to go through. So I guess, Francine, maybe we just wait until next week.
okay,
It's up to
Yeah.
you.
that sounds good.
Or
Well, let's
but you
still
don't
talk
have
about it. Let's look at what you're looking at. We can pop on and see if there's something
Okay,
missing, but
that's fine. Yeah, I'll just buzz you when we get done here.
okay.
okay. There's never I like to say there's never a rush because the market's going to be here forever. But
Yeah.
at the same time, based on what I just said about you want to start building some inventory
Hmm.
and you want to start taking profits, start locking in some money. That's the only urgency. There's no other, the market's going to be here forever.
Yeah. So, all right. Anybody else have any questions? Just unmute. Let's toss them out there before we wrap up here.
Because I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep. Go ahead. Did somebody, Lee, or did someone speak up?
Yeah, I was about to ask a question. I'm trading funds with my 401k account. And so I had to set up a business account for Coinbase in order to do that. And it's working fine, but the fees are really pretty high on all the trades. And I just looked, and they don't have like the Coinbase One. It's not available for the business accounts at
It's
Coinbase.
not. That's
No.
awful. What
So
about
So I just noticed Kraken has the Kraken Plus, and it's available for the business account. And I do have one. I set up the Coinbase account because I wanted to get the interest on the USDC, and I didn't think Kraken was allowing that. But Jeff or somebody just popped up and said, yeah, they're giving interest on the USDC in Kraken as well. So
Mhm.
is there a way to shift platforms
yeah,
after you've already gotten started?
yes, we can move you over. We can help you move over.
Okay, so just
Yeah, we do it all the time. Help you move over. You move all your coins over to Kraken. First, you put your trader in paper trade mode so it'll stop trading, so it'll stop looking at Coinbase. Then you transfer everything, your USDC and everything, and your coins over to Kraken. And then I flip your system internally over to Kraken. And then you go live again, and the software, when it looks at all your coins on Kraken, it sees everything. So
okay.
it's almost like yeah.
All right, I work with you, Ed. I didn't realize that was available. I just, I paid, almost up to $300 in fees already this month with Coinbase.
Through Go Baby Trade,
Yeah,
the trade fees, wow. Yeah,
yeah, and which surprised me.
Mhm.
I've gotten $500 a profit this month, but I know that's in. So the profit would have been $800 if I hadn't have paid all those fees, right? So yeah.
right.
That's
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah.
So
So,
the software took 800, but your net profit was 300
Right.
or
Or
500, whatever. Yeah.
yeah. So,
so if I can switch over, I want to I'll look into a little bit more, validate everything. So for Kraken, you have both USD and USDC choices for your
No,
no.
the Kraken, you only have USD.
You only have USD. All right. Well, they do have a APY on USD as well as in Kraken that I'm looking at. So, um, I'm gonna look at,
Really?
yeah.
Because that might be new, the API that we're using only, the coins aren't available. That's the thing, in Coinbase, we don't specify, we just send USD or USDC and they recognize it either way, whichever one. If a coin is available on USD and we paid with USDC, they automatically convert the USDC to USD to pay for it. So they deal with that. Kraken doesn't.
So it has to be in USD and Kraken.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna validate I can get some APY with that because that was a main thing because a lot of the
I
funds
know.
sitting there doing nothing, we might as well be earning interest on it while it's sitting there, right?
Well,
Well,
just keep in mind too, Lee, if they don't, they're probably not going to pay any, well, they might pay an APY on USD. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm looking here right now. They're saying 4.52 with DeFi earned, but
on just USD.
on USD, right?
Okay.
But there's several different versions of that with it, and it has to do with the release time for the funds, right? So to have it back, I need to make
Oh
sure.
no, you can't have funds going away. It's all got to
Yeah,
be in
I
there.
need to make sure. What they
Yeah.
had like three different APYs, and they had different release times. For the higher one, it was a day. For the other ones, it was immediately. So
Okay.
I guess as long as it's liquid, we can see if it's going to work. But I don't know. I'm going to
As
do
long as it's available, we don't want
Yeah.
funds to disappear out of the account.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Okay.
what he's seeing for that on my account. It's a bounced yield, DeFi, 0 days unbonding, boosted yield, 0 days unbonding, advanced is 1 day, so you don't want to do that. And then auto earn is there's no unbonding period. So
Okay. Well, yeah, I want to make sure.
What was it? I'm trying to get back to it because I clicked on one. Let's see where it is here. 10%.
yeah, it's like 0 days is 3.01, 3.45, and 1.75 for the auto earn.
Yeah, just make sure, and this is something, Lee, I posted support at gobabytrade.com in the chat. So Ed and the team will help swap your account over if you want to do that. And then yeah, they'll make sure you select that. The
Some
future
people want to
term.
make a lot of changes based on different reasons because they feel
Yeah.
like, well, the market's not moving. Maybe if I go over here and do that, it's going to make the market move. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Changing, changing symbols and all that stuff doesn't make the market move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if I can limit the fees, that's a win.
absolutely. I think that's a good call. That's a good reason to move for sure, right, Ed? Yeah. So, all
For
right,
the,
everybody.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we may want to, yeah, hopefully the fees, aren't don't surprise you at Kraken, but
But
all right.
you still have it's still a wash either way when it comes to the fee. Well, the APY, yeah, that interest is one thing, but as far as the fees go, it really doesn't matter because the software adds the fee to the closed trade. So you're actually going for more money on the trade to cover the fees. So you're always going to get the fees covered in the trade. So it's like a wash.
But what Lee
It's
is
like you
saying
didn't
is
even
he had
pay for it.
additional fees tapped on because it was a business account
Right. It's transaction fees. Every transaction
after the
is,
fact.
yeah, you have maker taker fees. And at the level I'm at, it's a 0.5% per trade fee to do the buys and
Just to
sells.
do the trade. But that's the same for anything, for any trade.
Well, but if you're able to get like Coinbase One, that you
That is a nice, that's the only thing,
right.
Yeah.
because they give you that 25% kickback every month.
And
Well,
then,
but
25% of your fees come
yeah,
back.
but you'll still
But
have the
that's in
maker taker.
Coinbase.
Yeah.
That's if you had a regular account.
right, but I can't get Coinbase One with a business account.
Ah,
So with Kraken Plus, I have a business account with them. I can sign up for Kraken Plus, which is like $5 a month, and that will waive the first $10,000 worth of trades a month.
Every month? Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, awesome. Well,
So I'm gonna look at it a little bit more and see what it looks like, but it's looking like it's that way. So
okay. We'll make a note of support email, Lee. You probably have it already.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll reach out to Ed when I'm ready to make the shift.
yeah, that sounds
Sure, I'll help you.
And just should put it in paper mode, transfer all the funds over to Kraken, and then get with you, and we can make the shift. Basically,
Yes.
okay.
And that's the steps.
All
You
right,
don't want to turn it on before you talk to me on Kraken
right.
because the software will think you sold all your positions and they'll all just close. The close inside the software, it won't close them over there because it doesn't know you even own them.
All right. So, but
So
I want to transfer the assets like for like, right? Bitcoin
yes.
for Bitcoin. Yeah,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. I'll do a little bit more research and I'll reach out to you. Thanks.
All right.
sounds good. All
Well,
right.
God bless you guys, and remember, go Navy.
Oh,
Go
Navy.
Navy.
Yes, thank you so much,
We
Ed,
had good
for
food.
time
We
with
had
us.
good food.
Yeah, good. Well, we'll see you in a
It was
couple of
better on
weeks.
submarines. It was better on submarines.
Oh, I bet you guys ate good. We ate good too on
Yeah.
the smaller ship.
Yeah,
All
awesome
right, guys.
to hear. All
Bye.
right, everybody. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
joining us today. And I posted my number in the chat, a link, and I'll be sending the recording as well. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to hit the like button and also, reach out below and join our next live call. And then you'll get on the list to receive recordings and updates as well. And thanks so much, everybody. Thanks again, Ed, and we'll talk to you
All
soon.
right. Thank you, Francine. God bless you
Ciao.
guys. Bye-bye.
God bless.